Alright guys, so this is Josh from Midnight Auto Repair coming back to you. Finally, after a few months of getting everything straightened out, getting myself moved, getting myself settled in, and getting myself employed, I'm back to reviving cars. And believe it or not, other than the S10, this will be the first one I've purchased to do for this channel. So for the low price that I paid for it, we're gonna go check it out. But stay tuned, we got something really fun to show you. Alright guys, so what are we working on today? I picked myself up a 1961 Chevy Corvair 900 Monza sedan. The thing that's cool about 61 is this is the first year for the 900 Monza, which means that it's got the bucket style seats in the front, it's got the fancy interior. It looks like there might be some fancy wheel covers to go on this thing too, but I mean, she's got a little of that high quality patina, which is what you want. That's what everybody likes nowadays. But this car, if we're going by the inspection sticker on it, has been off the road since 1969. I'm gonna see if I can't come over here and we'll get a good close-up of the sticker here, so y'all can see 68, 69 December. So I was told by the gentleman's son who I purchased this from, they picked it up, it came out of a lean-to, and well, for the most part, the lady who had it, her father had passed about 10 years ago, and or not father, but her husband passed about 10 years ago, and well, there was a bunch of cars that she was tending to, and from what we were told, you know, once he got sick, and this has been a while, she'd go out, she'd keep him started up, and you know, at least try to keep him moving. But you know, a couple of these came out of a batch of Corvairs they found. You know, a lot of these they kind of fell by the wayside. But I mean, if you look at it, it's really not in bad shape for the fact that it's been sitting for so long. It did sit under a lean-to though, so that did kind of help it. I mean, door panels are distorted a little bit. We got some dirt dauber nest there. We have a very upset spider that I have invaded his world. But I mean, for the most part, car's here. And that's kind of the nifty portion of it. Look at that. Look how old that box is. That's been around a while. I mean, you know, let me get the keys and we'll wander and look in the trunk. Or if you're in the Corvair world, it's the frunk, because it's right there. Stay tuned. Alright, so it took a hot second, but we got the frunk open. Let's see what we find down in here as well. Stuff that's in here looks like it's been in here a long time. You know what's cool? When you see this, look at this Atlas power drive belt. Now, that was one of the things you always did with a Corvair, was you always kept a spare fan belt in the car, just in case. We have West clock box. I mean, I don't think there's anything in there anymore, but I guarantee that box is probably a better part of 50 years old. We got floor mats, and we have the obligatory fan belt. Good Lord. Napa Modak. And as many of you guys who are friends of mine know, that I now work for Napa, so I can actually get an idea of how old that belt is. I'm gonna have to talk to a friend or two, you know, I have a guy I know from a place I know. But hang loose, we're gonna, well, yeah, while I'm under here, I still can't believe the washer fluid bottle's still there. We'll see if maybe we can get that open. All looks like brand new under here. Let me see here. So, first off, I gotta go get some utilities, because I got pictures from under the hood of this thing, and I know that it's wasp powered at the moment, so I'm gonna take care of that problem. I'll be back. Alright guys, sorry, I had to relocate the car a little bit here so we can get under the hood, but in the pulling of it, which, by the way, the journey, cool, did really well. Both the front tires look like they spun. So what we might do is, I brought 2 tires with me that I can put on here. That way we can tow this thing home on the tow dolly. They're trailer tires, but if I put them on the front, because I got to put the back on the trailer, these old bias plies here should hold enough air to at least get the back of the car home, and the trailer tires will handle that duty. So I also rolled down the windows, and you know, I'm gonna take a moment from Derek here and say, smells like a rusty bird bath full of urinal cakes. It's kind of weird, but I'm twisted. I like it. It works for me. But let me come over here real quick, and a little emergency case. Let's see if we got a can of berry mints here. Let's see how well that'll kill the wasps that are under here that I know exist. So what we're going to do is we are going to pop the hood real quick. Yeah. It's funny, I know how the 67's opened. Oh, yep, they're not happy. So we're gonna slowly walk up. We're gonna let these dudes kind of chill out a little bit, and then we're gonna start early with the extraction of, yeah. Well, let's see if I can not get stung today, but ooh, they are pissed. Yeah, we're gonna give them a moment. To be continued. All right, guys, so we're back. I got the hood open there, and we'll get there. We're not in a hurry to look at that, because yeah, about that. So we're gonna kind of check out some of the goodies, I guess, that are in here. See what cool stuff, what the good news is. Actually, not a bad looking car. That box has been around quite some time. If anybody knows who that is or where it's from, in Orlando, Florida, but we'll see here. So let's see what else is in here. Got another jelly jar box. Now what's fun is none of these have got barcodes on them, which kind of gives you an idea how old they really are. Oh yeah, so let's see here. Ooh, we got hubcappage. We've got a couple of the sporty looking ones. We got a full set of standard Steelies. Some really nifty beauty ones to go with them. Another standard Steely. Yep. Ah, all the mess. And out of all these, there's another Corvair here. And I said that I would actually leave the best of them, and I'd leave some for this Corvair here, because that convertible needs a little love too. So what I figured I'd do is see which ones might look the best on it. I think these ones here are 65 and up. Those there I know are 65 and up. Those are 500 and 700 hubcaps. The center dog dish is there. I actually think that these here may be the droids we're looking for, so I'm going to keep those. Actually, I've got a use for these, so I'm going to keep those. I'm going to give them the 700 hubcaps with the trim rings. And I'm going to keep those because those are just really, really cool wall hangers. So, let's see what else is in here. Ooh. Grill emblem edge. Really nice shape too. Let's see here, what do we got? Another empty box of jelly jars with the insert in it, and some dirt dauber nest. We're not looking there yet. We're completely avoiding that one right now. We're going back to where we're having fun. Nifty old burlap sack. Ooh, how come nobody told me that was there? You guys you're letting me down here. No, he ain't nothing. He just, wow. Bet there are leeches somewhere listed in that medical. Got antique books. Antique books about antiques. Whatever that was. Whatever that was. You see these guys here? They're giant. But for the most part, he's pretty harmless. Just you let him do his thing, he'll leave you alone. Got more dirt dauber. If you hear in the background, he's trying to get another truck running, so the gentleman's son who has this property. So they've been kind enough to let me do this for a little bit, but I'm gonna get the rest of this out of here and we're gonna sort through it and see. So stay tuned, or he'll get you. All right, guys, so I'm coming back to you, and well, it's about that time. So here's what we got. We have a really nice engine bay, except for one little ventilation hole there in the battery box. I mean, a couple. Yeah, I wouldn't put nothing too heavy in that battery box. We're not going to talk about that. I don't think the generator is going to make a full comeback. That pulley literally is just disintegrating. So I'm going to do what I can to see if this thing at least turns over for you guys and try to get a few things freed up. But it's definitely going to be one of those things where we're working toward just getting it on the tow dolly and getting it back to where I have parts and tools and people that love me, you know, all the vital stuff. So guys, yeah, give me a few minutes here. I know I keep jumping around, but I don't have a plan, but I'm trying to develop something that looks like one. Because if I create a plan, then when it goes wrong, it's bad. If I don't have a plan, then it's just part of the deal. So stay tuned. We'll deal with that. All right, guys. So since this is a Monza 900, this is supposed to be the, what is that, 98 horsepower flat six, but since we've got very seized up throttle linkage, among a bunch of other things, like I said, at this point we're gonna work just to see if it'll turn over, but it does have some form of oil in it. It looks maybe slightly watery, but if that's the case, I mean, if that oil really has been in there for 54 years, it's kind of expected. I took the air cleaners off so I could play with it, and they literally disintegrated like to nothing. Shards of air cleaner. So it's another strong indication that this thing's been sitting for over 50 years. Which also means that I'm gonna have to go through all the trouble of cleaning this up and figuring it out. Because gas pedal works. Doesn't do anything back here, but it works. So I'm gonna see if I can set up some kind of blower setup to try to clean this out and maybe get it to spin, but I'm slightly doubtful. This is going to start looking more and more like a turn and rust or restored kind of setup going on here, where it's just layers of an onion that are all bad. But we're gonna give it a shot. I mean, I'm gonna drive all this way not to. So I've got about another hour, and then I've got to get on the road. Because, well, there's 3 hours here, it's 4 hours home, because I'm not taking the fast way. I'm taking the scenic route, just because, well, if I find a local establishment that serves adult beverages and this thing is giving me grief, I may need one. But anyhow, back to the work. See you in a little bit. Alright guys, so playing a little swap-a-rooney with the wheels and tires, and I figured, oh, what the heck, take them little rims and throw the hubcaps on and make it look pretty decent. So now we are going to work our way to setting up the Harbor Freight tire machine and dismounting that and seeing if we can mount up a tire that'll actually hold air. So stay tuned guys, we're working on this one. Alright guys, so it's the next day. I ended up having to drive through the better part of the night last night to even get this thing back. Some of the sketchiest tow dollying I've ever done in my life. But we made it. But this is going to have to be a two-part deal because, well, I ran out of time there and I didn't want to keep them up It was 7 o'clock by the time I left where I was at, and ended up being an 8-hour drive home. So we got the tires on it. We kind of had to rush and get a few things done. But we're gonna call this part 1 of 2, because on part 2 I'm actually gonna dig into that engine back there and I'm gonna see what can be done. Plus I really need a vacuum, because it's disgusting back there. It's drama, but for the most part we got a solid project. So kind of give me an idea of what direction to go in. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you get a chance, give me a like, give me a comment, you know, talk to me. I kind of like talking to everybody and seeing what your stories are with an old Corvair, or, you know, an old car in general. You know, hey, this is what we do, this is what we enjoy. So this is Josh from Midnight Auto Repair saying, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one.